Konnichiwa. So, yeah, I said I was going to do, look, you see that? That's lovely, isn't it? I got that a couple of weeks ago. That's me and Dave on our wedding day. That's great. Sorry, that's a real detraction from what I was going to say. Basically, this is my vlog all about going up to London. Now, I did say that I was going to be filming while I was in London. The only problem was that my battery seemed to drain quite quickly because I was taking lots of photos and making lots of status updates on Facebook. And on the day of my birthday itself, I ended up having to thank so many people. And thank you, anyone who is watching this who left me a birthday message. It was lovely of you. Because, yes, as I say, I turned 30 this week. I have more of a hang-up about turning 20 than I did about turning 30. Turning 30 was easy. That really wasn't a problem at all. Turning 30 was a breeze. Turning 20, I had a kind of weird midlife crisis. But anyway, quite a few months back actually, like way back, Dave said to me, oh, the ATP World Tour Finals is always on the week of your birthday. You've always wanted to see some live tennis. You love all these tennis players. Why don't we just go and see those tennis players? So we booked the tickets and we booked a hotel and up to London we went. But last week on Friday, it was the 11th actually of November, we were watching the England versus Scotland World Cup qualifiers match, and all these adverts kept popping up around the side of Wembley Stadium. We were watching it on the TV saying that there were still tickets available for the England versus Spain friendly on the Tuesday, and we thought, we're going to be in London anyway. Yes, we have to travel for about an hour across London to get to Wembley, but why the hell not? So, in rush hour, we get on the Underground, not the most sensible thing to do, obviously, get over to Wembley, and we went to see England versus Spain. It ended up, because it was a friendly, being 2-2. England were 2-0 up at one point, though, right up till the very end of the match when Spain scored a couple of goals. If you don't believe that we were there, here we are at Wembley. And here are some footballers doing some football-y things. I think England were about 2-0 up at this point. But here they are, doing their football-y things. The next day itself was my actual birthday, and Dave surprised me with a couple of DVDs. He got me the first 2 parts of Sword Art Online because I've not seen that yet, so that's something that I'm going to look forward to watching. And he'd also made me this beautiful card. In fact, I'll show you this card. Come with me as we kind of scoot across my living room. Sorry, it's going to be back to front because of the way I do the camera and everything. But, yeah, so he used some of our wedding pictures to make me a birthday card. And if anyone's ever seen the Asda movies, if you haven't, I'm going to put a link in the description because they're awesome. He did a little cartoon about Mind Turtle. So, yes. Anyway. Oh, look, there's another one of our wedding canvases. Isn't that nice? Ooh, hang on. Which way am I going? There you go, look. See, that's us with our parents on the wedding day. Anyway, I'll stay here for a moment. The lighting is quite good. So, on my actual birthday, we went to the O2 Arena, which is in North Greenwich, and we got on the Underground and off we go. And we were really lucky because the way the timing worked out, because Andy Murray has just become world #1 the week before my birthday, the timing was perfect. Thank you, Andy. His group were actually playing on my birthday, which meant I actually got to see everyone in his group. And now his group is made up of himself, Stan Wawrinka, Marin Cilic, and one of my absolute favourites, Kei Nishikori. The unfortunate thing for me was that Andy Murray was actually playing Kei Nishikori. What do you do when you've got your 2 favourite players playing against each other? Now, Andy Murray basically needs to win everything he can to stay world #1. He basically has to get further ahead than Novak Djokovic in this tournament, which was tearing me apart a little bit inside. Because I know he has to beat Kei Nishikori, and he did in the end. It was 3 sets, but it was actually the longest match, 3-set match in ATP Tour Final history, which was incredible. We were there for that. And we were there for the evening session as well, and Stan Wawrinka beat Marin Cilic in straight sets for that one. We also saw a couple of quality doubles matches as well, which meant I got to see one of my other favourite players, which is Nicola Mahut, who mostly plays in doubles now than singles. And it was just incredible. It was just an incredible atmosphere. It was just so crazy to be there with all the fans cheering for their favourite players, and all these amazing graphics that come up, like when there's an ace or a break point or a set point or a match point, and it was just so wonderful to actually be there and be part of the crowd. It's something I've always wanted to do, was go and see live tennis. Some of the other highlights of that day actually were that they've got a practice court in the fan zone, and out on the practice court we were stood there, and this woman with a clipboard and people going up to her going, so who's going to be coming out and practising in a minute then? And she said, oh, it's going to be Kei Nishikori. And I was like, I've got to stay here and see Kei Nishikori doing all this practising. This is just incredible. So we stood around for about 10 minutes and watched him do some practising. And then because it was quite a hike round to the entrance that we had to go in for our side of the arena, we thought, well, we'll go around and do that. And when we went in, and there's Andy Murray. Andy Murray practising on the main court. It was absolutely incredible. And if you don't believe me about seeing both of them practising, here they are. And just for good measure as well, here's a couple of pictures of the from during the Murray-Nishikori match, and also from during the Wawrinka-Cilic match, just to prove that I was there and I did see them playing tennis. But yes, we came back yesterday and basically been back ever since, obviously. And I'm going to go because I've got videos to edit so that I can get these things out over the weekend for you guys. And then the tennis is on at 2 o'clock. I really need to go because I've got about an hour. And I can't wait. It's going to be so good. More tennis. Andy Murray playing Stanford Wawrinka this afternoon. Always good. Although by the time you see this, he'll already have played him and we'll already know who's through. In fact, by the time we see this, you might even know who's in the final or who's even won it. I don't know yet. But anyway, I am messing up the timelines. So I'm going to go and I'm going to go and edit these videos for you guys now. But that's basically what I did in London for my birthday. Sayonara!